this video is about how to fast during Ramadan and get good, consistent, effective training results without having too much regression, right? So not losing your fitness gains or your muscle gains. The way we're going to go through this is talk about fasting during Ramadan on a day-to-day basis, starting with how to end your fast. Okay, so at the moment I think that most people are eating in the morning at 3 a.m. and then breaking fast at 9 p.m. Okay, so when you get to the gym, you're not going to have a sufficient amount of blood sugar levels. Your blood sugar levels are going to have dropped because you've been using them throughout the day. As well as that, you're going to be quite dehydrated. Now, what we don't want to do when we go to the gym is therefore do a high volume, high repetition training program or training regime, because we'll just burn out far too quickly, we'll dehydrate far too quickly. Therefore, you need to be aiming maybe around 3 to 5 repetitions, maybe even 1 to 3 repetitions of around 90 to 95% of your 1 rep max, if you can. If not, then drop it down to about 85%. The beauty of this is that as long as you train above 60 to 70%, your regression shouldn't be too much. So I'd suggest that during Ramadan, you don't actually try and progress your physique or your lean muscle mass, but you just actually try and keep it. That should really be your priority. So like I said, keep to 1 to 3 or 3 to 5 reps during training, focusing on your core compound lifts. After that, you can go into some light volume training on any areas that you'd like to develop for functional matters or for aesthetic matters. So after that you've trained and your glucose levels will have dropped, probably to the lowest that they've dropped all day, you might experience headaches from the low glucose levels, low blood sugar levels, as well as dehydration. First thing that you want to do when you break fast is have a high sugar, high protein drink, and you can actually form this yourself by combining 30 grams of maltodextrose with 25 grams of whey protein. And if you are fairly advanced at training, then I would add another 5 grams of BCAAs as well. The main reason why is because this sugar is going to go straight back into your muscle cells to replenish your glucose stores, and as well as that, the mixture of protein and carbohydrates will actually reduce the secretion of stress hormones that you might secrete after training, because your body's in a stress state from fasting all day. After that, if you're consuming a high amount of calories, you want to then consume something which is high in fat, and preferably salt. The reason why is because fat doesn't spike your insulin and serotonin levels as much as carbohydrate. Now what this means is that you can actually eat more of it before you feel full up. The reason why I'm asking you to eat something high in salt is because you're going to be slightly dehydrated, and the salt will actually help replenish your electrolytes in your bodily tissues, meaning that you can rehydrate more effectively. Now, a good example of this might be a mixture of salted nuts, fruit nuts, even a packet of crisps, if you're really stuck, but salted nuts would probably be the best thing. After that, you can then move on to your carbohydrates and lean protein. Now, it totally depends on what your body type is and what you're trying to achieve as to what protein and what carbohydrates you go for. For any further information, just ask the question in the comments feed below. So then you'll consume the rest of your calories for that day in the evening, and then you won't eat again until 3 o'clock in the morning. So you're effectively fasting, or you're effectively only eating for 7 hours a day, with a window of fasting of 17 hours a day. So when it comes to breakfast, or your 3 a.m. Period where you break fast, your priority is to be consuming low GI carbohydrates or low GI energy sources that are going to keep you fueled for the entire day. Good examples of these are sweet potatoes, or even normal potatoes over refined wheat products like pasta or white bread. As well as that, fat passes through your gut far slower than carbohydrates, and the reason why is because it's far more complex, so your body has to take a much longer time to break it down. Olive oil is a fantastic source of polyunsaturated fats. We then have our oily fish, nuts, once again, etc. Anything that you can get your hands on that is low GI, preferably high in fat, like cheeses, paneer, etc. That will keep you at a consistent or a more consistent energy level throughout the day. And that's it. As well as that, make sure that you're taking your supplements, especially your vitamin C, vitamin B12, which help with maintaining a good consistent blood sugar level, and vitamin B12, which will help your fat metabolism, which is by far your greatest source of energy in the human body. So if you have any further questions, just let us know down below, and take care, and we'll talk to you soon.